welcome back to my channel for day 20 of Bookmas. If I'm a new face to you, my name is Lauren, aka Lauren Page Reads here on YouTube, but also over on Instagram and TikTok. Today is a special treat, guys. It's a special treat. Honestly, I was really struggling with this video and I thought about giving up on Bookmas. But then I was like, that's silly. We're not going to do that. I'm just here hanging out with all my friends, so let's talk books. What we are talking about today are my top books for each month, excluding December, because we're still in December and I could still read the best book yet, okay? But we are talking about the top books of each month of the year for me. Let's just go ahead and get into it. We're going to start all the way back at the beginning in January. Okay, so on my little Google sheet that I have for all of my books each year, I have A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston as 4.5 stars. I thought it was going to be either Legendborn or The 5-Year Lie, but those are 4.25. A Novel Love Story is 5 stars. This was my first Ashley Poston book, and I have read 3 of her books this year, and I got to meet her back in the spring, which was so awesome. I loved this book. I listened to it while we had like a snowstorm here in North Carolina. It was just overall really nice to listen to that book. It was magical. There was a lot of character growth from what I remember. It was about a bookstore and like they were both grieving things. I really enjoyed it. It's very unlikely to actually happen, but it made for a really cute book and I really enjoyed that. And I've noticed that Ashley Poston has like a little magical whimsy in her books, and I appreciate it. Romance books don't need to be super real life-ish, so I like it. In February. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. In February, so totally different month. Next month, what is my top book of February? The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I told you guys, I just said I was on an Ashley Poston kick. The 7-Year Slip was fabulous. I read it while I was on vacation in Cabo. That was a great book to read while sitting on the poolside. It was so good. I love like the little chef aspect of it. I don't know why I enjoy books that talk about food and cooking. I don't know why. Also, just the whole like right person, wrong time, but like quite literally, and they both had to like grow in certain ways. And I will say there are cameos of her couples in other books, and I think the 7-Year Slip, that couple was cameoed in Sounds Like Love. So the 7-Year Slip, this February book, was my second Ashley Poston. But also it like broke my heart. Oh, I loved it. March. We're on to March. Can you guess, can you remember which books I read in March and which one I might have rated the highest? If you said Redeeming Love, you are correct. Did you think it was going to be Redeeming Love? I bet you thought it was another Ashley Poston book. Nope. Okay, Redeeming Love. My friend gave me a copy of this book and it kind of kickstarted me on a whole Francine Rivers kick this year, and I'm currently working on building up my Francine Rivers shelf in my book collection, so I'm really enjoying her stuff. But this was the first one, and this is a retelling of the book of Hosea. It's historical fiction. He is like a farmer guy and she is a woman of the night at a bordello, I think it's called. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's one of those places they love, but it's not like instant love. It is like and there's so much that goes on. And you also, Francine Rivers writes in such a strong way, and her writing is beautiful. So it's also a clean story. It is a Christian romance. I highly recommend it. I think everybody and their mom and grandmas knows about this book. Still a great book, and I loved it. Okay, April comes next. Oh, I had a 5-star in April. Do you know what book it was? Do you know what book was a 5-star book? Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I love this book so much. I actually probably should do like a reread because she has another book coming out soon. Because last year I read Just for the Summer for the first time. That was my first Abby Jimenez book. So this was my second Abby Jimenez book. I loved Say You'll Remember Me. I don't know why, but Abby Jimenez really sticks it with like that I'm gonna rip your heart out and you're gonna say thank you for doing that. I still think about the ending of that book to this day. Like months later, I read this in April and I am still thinking about it, and I have the memory of a goldfish. He's a vet and she's a marketer, and her mom has early onset Alzheimer's. And they meet literally on her last night living in like Minneapolis or something. And they have that like spark connection. And then she has to leave to go help her family take care of her mom. Yeah, you'll be crying. I cried so much throughout this book. It was amazing. I had another 5-star book. I think as the year went on, I got like stingier and stingier because the first half of this year had so many like high rating good books, and then I got like stingier. Ooh, or maybe I just didn't want to read like brand new books. I don't know. We'll see. But I had another 5-star. Oh my gosh. Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. She is up there. Can you see her? This book, and the second one is coming out like this spring. I am stoked. It is such a good book. It was such a good romantasy. The twist that I thought were gonna twist, I got him wrong. And so then the real twist blew my mind. And then that ending. If you love romantasy books and you have not read Shield of Sparrows yet, you need to go read Shield of Sparrows. Like, I know people hype up a lot of romantasy books and they're like, it's better than ACOTAR. It's better than... When I tell you right now that Shield of Sparrows is my new ACOTAR, like, Fourth Wing is great. Whatever. It's very hardcore. It's a great series. I'm enjoying it a lot. Shield of Sparrows is my new favorite, though. Just do yourself a Christmas favor and go read that book. So we're on to June. Wow, I read a lot in June. I was going through it. Actually, I was going through it in June. I had a lot of migraines, and so yeah. My top rated book of June was A Requiem for Fallen Stars by Hazel S. Wilkes, and I even did a book review of this one. It was such a romantasy heavy, like, late spring. And I was here for it. A Requiem for Fallen Stars. I got it off of the Nerd Fam. I loved it. It was fun. She had like lavender hair. I don't know. Maybe I should go back and reread that one. Okay, July. July is when I stopped putting my ratings in. So now we're going to go off my memory. Okay, in July, one of my ratings is a 4.5 star. And that is The Night and the Moth. Rightfully so. This is what I'm saying. The first half of the year was so romantasy heavy. Please try to beat these books. Oh my goodness. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Oh, it landed. Again, it was so good. It was so good. Her writing is out of this world, and her writing felt very vibey with books that she's written in the past. She wrote One Dark Window. It felt very much like that. It was also just a good read. Gargoyle. Bartholomew. Sybil, oh my gosh. And also, I will say the fan art for this book, because I didn't understand the like little eye thing. I thought it was like a whole face veil. So I needed to check out the character art for it. So if you're reading this book, go look at the fan art. Like, it was great. That was July. Oh, see, I read The Favorites in July too. That was really good. Okay, August. You know what? The Masterpiece was my favorite in August. That was such a good book. Okay, we have 2 Francine Rivers in here. It was like a modern day Christian romance set in LA. I am just astounded by Francine Rivers' talent and how beautiful her stories are. Like, you've heard me talk about this. I also did a book review of this one, okay? You've heard me talk about her books and this book specifically, especially in Bookmas, right? It's just a good book. Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. I was laughing so hard while reading this one, and not like laughing in my head being like, haha, that was clever. I literally would burst out laughing. It was so good. And I'm really sad that like at the end of this month, like in just like 10 days, we're gonna get like the last book of the When in Rome series. And I'm so sad about that. I just want to keep living in Rome, Kentucky for forever. It's so cute. And I just want to watch the Walker siblings like just continue on. But Beg, Borrow, or Steal isn't my favorite one yet. They're teachers, they're writers, they're enemies to lovers who've like been obsessed with each other for years. The only thing that was missing was fake dating, but it would not have worked. Oh, and they're neighbors. Did I say that? Yeah, they're neighbors. I loved this book. I was laughing. It was so cute. Okay, October was slim pickings. Slim pickings in October, let me tell you. I really liked The Fix by Mia Sheridan. It was a romantic suspense. I started getting into those earlier this year. I think this was only my second romantic suspense book, but it was so good. Now, you do have to stomach a lot in the first 20 to 25%. All the bad stuff that sets up the story happens in that first 25%, rather than like breaking it up and having it like not make sense in the middle of the, no, you get like the full, here's what happened. I also got it off the Prime first read, so I had like no clue what to expect going into it. But overall, I really like this book. And I'm also like, I like romantic suspense. It just is a lot emotionally. You know what I mean? But oh, yeah. I loved it. Also, the cover was absolutely beautiful. November was another slim pickings month. But I think Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber was my favorite. I read it in a reading vlog, and I'll just say, like, I think it was also, the vibes were just vibing. Like, I had jazz music playing when I read like half the book in one sitting. And overall, it was a great book. It felt very similar to Carvel, but real world. Like, Stephanie Garber, because I've only read Carvel, and this book is Stephanie Garber, okay? I don't know anything about Once Upon a Broken Heart except that it's on my TBR. It was very much like, solve this clue, go here. Solve this clue, go here. So it felt very much like Carvel, but like adult. And it was so weird. Like, that twist at the ending, I never saw it coming. I never saw it coming. Crazy. Also, the cover, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Alrighty, so there are all my favorite books of the year so far. I'm not doing December. I'm going to exclude December because I think I might be reading my favorite book right now. So you need to make sure you check out my vlogs that I am posting every few days so that you see which book I'm currently reading that might be my absolute favorite. Make sure you've subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of the other Bookmas videos that I'm posting all the way leading up to Christmas. And I will see you guys in the next one, okay? Merry reading! Bye!